and try XPath understood, or you want me to repeat again? Crow path, try XPath. Understood or not? What is crow path and what is the purpose of it? Tell me. Generally, we create some XPath expression. I thought alt property of the element is enough to identify the element. After seeing the properties of a component, I assume, okay, here no ID property, no name property. Let us go with alt property. There is a possibility some other element also has same alt property. I'm inspecting seeing properties of one element out of 100 elements in a page. There are totally 100 elements in a page. I inspected the properties of one element. There are some details available. No ID, no name. There is a alt property or title property. Maybe I assume alt property is sufficient to identify this element, but no guarantee. Maybe on the top of the window, there is one more element with same alt property. If I use simply find element by the XPath alt property, first element will be identified. After running the code only, I come to know there is one more element with the same alt property, correct? Instead, what I can do? Using the crow path in Chrome browser, using the try path in Firefox browser, whatever the XPath expression I created, I'll put it, confirm, then I use it in my code. To confirm the XPath expression you created is enough to recognize the required element or not. Browser level, we have some plugins called crow path and try XPath. Before we proceed, just 2 minutes, let me repeat these two plugins, then I continue further. My code opening the google.com. I want to click on this sign in. It's anchor element, there is a sign in link text available. There is a name property here. What is the value? Q. At browser level, I want to confirm this name property is enough to identify this element or not. At browser level, I want to confirm. At first, I create the XPath expression. 2 forward slashes. It is an input element whose name property value equal to Q. Before I use the name property at my code, first I want to confirm at application level. Okay. I open the Chrome window, google.com. Here we see the crow path. Whatever the XPath expression you created, put it here, press enter. It is saying one element matching with this XPath expression, the element was highlighted. This is a confirmation for me. Yes, I can use the name property to identify this element. As simple. Supposing without confirmation, if I use in the code, on the top of the window, let us say there is another input element with the same name property value q. Driver.find element will identify the first element. After you create the XPath expression, before you put it in the code, better you confirm at the browser level using the crow path or try XPath, then use it in the code. The same I want to do in the Firefox window. Try XPath is a plugin for the Firefox window. The XPath expression, whatever we have created here, we put it here. Execute. Count will show you how many elements matching with this XPath expression. But you answer me, if the count is 2, will I use it? There are 2 elements matching with the same name property.
No.
So I have to consider the unique property, name and maybe some other property I will use. So yes, these are XPath expression finding the required element, then I use it in my code level. For this, we use the free browser plugin, Try XPath in Firefox window, CrowPath in the Chrome browser. Hope you understood the topic. Right. Now, yesterday I told you lastly, CSS selector also discussed matter. I given a simple example. I said CSS selector is not much use. From here, let us learn the Selenium in this way. What are the various common operations we carry out on any web element present in a window? Then we talk about element by element operations. What is WebDriver class in Selenium? WebDriver class in Selenium, what it is? What is WebDriver class in Selenium? That is my question. To automate any browser level operations, there is a super class interface inside the Selenium called WebDriver. Any browser level operation, navigate to, navigate back, get, close, find element in a browser, find elements in the browser, get the title of the browser, get the URL of the browser. All these are browser level operations, correct? Any browser level operation, not only Chrome. WebDriver is a superclass inside the Selenium. This WebDriver class provided some function. These functions you can apply on any browser, Browser level operations are available inside WebDriver class. Like, there is another class in Selenium called Web Element. Web Element meaning any element. Not only text box, not only a drop-down list. Any web element, any HTML element. It may be a text box, it may be a button, it may be an image, it may be a link or whatever it may be. This element level, any element level, common operations are available inside another class that is called Web Element class. First, let me explain these Web Element class related methods. Make a note of it. Web element class methods. The web element class methods. Check out this one. In the Selenium, we have a package called org.openqa.selenium. In the package org.openqa.selenium, here I have a class called, what is the class name? Web element. It is actually an interface, a super class. This web element class provided some functions here, some methods here. Click, 10 keys, clear, get text, get attribute, is displayed. Finally, all these are common functions. These functions you can apply on any element present in a window. It may be a text box, it may be a button, it may be a link, whatever it may be. Make a short note about it. Selenium provided web element class, Selenium provided web element class. This class provided a set of common functions, like here I list out the mostly used common functions. Better you list one by one. Click, send keys, clear, get text, get attribute, is displayed, These are the mostly used, etc. To perform the web element class provided some common functions like click, send keys, clear, etc. to perform the required operations on any web element. To perform the required operations on any web element. You can apply these functions on any element, on any web element, not only in a text box. I can click a text box, I can click a button, I can click an image, I can click a radio button, I can click a checkbox. Generally, all these common functions you can apply on any web element. Fine. So let us talk about these web elements methods one by one. The very first one is simple, but let us start from here. Take the first one, click. Click. It is used to perform, fully notes not required, but take it. It is used to perform the click operation, on the specified web element. Syntax web element dot click. Web element dot click. I want to click a link. I want to click a button. Find the button element, click it. Find the link element and click it. Already you know about this. The previous programs also we used it. Simple method. Take the next one. Send keys. Send keys. You tell me by this time, what is your understanding on send keys?
enter
To
data.
store
Input from the keyboard.
adding keyboard and character.
Used to enter the data in the given web element. Make a description. It is used to input the data. It is used to input the data. It is used to input the data to the specified web element. To the specified web element. The previous programs also we used it many times. Enter username, password, something like this. The next one, clear. Better you note on the syntax for send keys, web element dot send keys, the data. Yes, what do you mean by clear? Tell me. Clear. It is used to remove the existing data present in an element. Some data already available, I want to remove it. Then I use clear function. It is used to remove. It is used to remove the existing data. The existing data present in a web element. It is used to remove the existing data present in a web element. Let me write one program to demonstrate these three functions. Launch an HRM application, login as administrator. In this program, I have send keys here to input the data. And we have the click method also here. So you know about this code already, we implemented this login code. Now I want to go to add employee page. Click PAM, click add employee. After clicking add employee, I want to input the first name, mandatory field, last name, also the employee number. Actually, here system automatically generating some employee number. But in place of I want to remove this value, I want to give a new value. Manually, I'm doing it now. Same operation I want to automate. First, I want to input the first name. ID property available. So driver dot find the element by its ID. Send keys. I'm giving the first name value. Your name.
Yes. Yes.
Why? I want to input even the last name. The ID available blindly, I am going with the ID. %90 in the script, generally we use ID. Now I want to remove this existing value. In place of this, system automatically loading a value here. I want to remove this value. I want to input a new value. Driver dot, find the element. First, I'll inspect the properties of it. The ID available. Dot clear. Let me run the code till this point first. Just I'm demonstrating the practical usage of clear. Some data already available. I want to remove the existing data. Then I use clear. Now I want to input a new value here. Same element, right? The element is same. The same web element, I want to input a new value. So driver dot, find the element, bytes ID, dot, then keys, I'm giving the new value. Something like this. Then I want to click on the save element. The ID is present. Driver dot, find the element by its ID. Dot, click. See here, on the same element, I'm performing one action, clear. Again, on the same element, I'm performing another action, send keys. Now, this code will work. If I'm performing multiple actions on the same element, instead of writing driver dot find element, perform action 1. Driver dot find same element, perform action 2. Driver dot find same element, perform action 3. Hope you are understanding what I'm highlighting here. Instead of finding element, again finding the same element, again finding the same element. Let me change the code. The previous code also will work. I am declaring a variable of type web element. My variable type is web element. What is the find element return type? Find element. You check the notes and answer the question.
Web element.
Web element.
Element, return say web element. Here my variable name is employee ID element. The employee ID element equal to driver dot find element returns a web element by the ID the employee ID. Okay. Now tell me the code now. Employee ID element dot here. Then employee ID element dot send keys. Hope you understood what I did, right? The previous code also will work. Instead of writing find element, find the same element, find the same element, find the element, perform action 1, clear. Find the same element, perform action 2. Instead, one time I made select to find the element, kept in a memory. On the variable, I perform action 1, comma action 2, action 3, and so on. If really I am performing only one action on element, I'll write the code in this way. On the same element, I am performing multiple operations, then I'll write the code in this way. Got it? Finally, both are same. Okay? Right. So in this program, I use click method, I use clear method, also I use Sunkist method. Right. So take the next one. Get text. Very frequently we use this get text. Get text. Explain what get text will do. Explain what get text will do. Get text.
It will retrieve the text from the current web page, web element.
To read the text property of any web element, whatever she said, it will retrieve the text property of the any web element. Make a note. It retrieves R-E-T-R-I-E-V-E-S, retrieves. It retrieves text property of the specified web element. Text property of the specified web element. Listen, what is the syntax you tell me? For which element you wanted the text property? Web element dot get the text of it. One moment. What is the return type of it? Tell me.
String.
String.
Make a note. Its return type is string. Its return type is string. Because it is reading the text property of the specified web element, which is a string. Note on the syntax, web element dot get text. Web element dot get text. Web element dot get text. Try to understand this. Let's say I have an anchor element. In a web page, I have an anchor element. Anchor meaning? Link element. This link element, you know, every starting tag will have a corresponding end tag in HTML and XML. In between, I have some text here. The text property of this anchor element can be captured using getText method. Now, I have a li element. Li meaning list element. List element. There is some text property available for this li element. This text property can be captured using this get text. Not only anchor element, LI element, it can be any other type of element. It may be option element. It may be any other kind of element, any element. I have a paragraph element. There is some content displayed in a page using paragraph. End of the paragraph element. This entire text can be captured using get text. Any element, if there is a text available for the element, that text can be captured using get text, and its return type is a string. Let me demonstrate some examples to read the text property of different elements. Now, concept understood, right? Your web page will have different types of element: anchor element, LI element, optional element, paragraph element, header elements. Any element, if there is a text available for the element, that text can be captured using get the text of the element. That is the meaning. Returns a string. My code open the google.com. Here I want to click on about. It's not opening a new window, it is opening on the same window. I want to click on the link, about link. Driver dot, find the element, buy the link text, about, and click it. When I run this code, I'll get an exception, no such element exception. If I run this code, I'll get an exception, no such element exception. Tell me the reason.
Capital A.
Case sensitive.
Right. In the application, I have about A in uppercase, wanted like given A in the lowercase here. Now this will work. It clicks on about now. Now we are getting this window. I want to capture this text. Some text is visible here. I want to read the text to displayed on this page. Sir, everything you are seeing on a page is an element, web element, HTML element. Definitely, this is also one element. I do not know what type of element it is. Let's see. Inspect. It's a header element. Yes, how you make Selenium to identify this header element?
By using tag
That's
name.
path. That's path, sir.
Somebody else said tag name. What is the tag name value, madam?
H1.
H1. Okay, header 1. If there is one more header available in the beginning, H1 meaning the style actually. H1 style, H2 is little smaller one, H2.
Okay.
Style it is actually H1. Header 1, bigger size. Supposing, okay, in this application, I mean here, okay. If there is one more header section available, there are multiple paragraphs, multiple headings in a page. I will not recommend this tag name here. Then what to do? Only tag name available. I can use tag name, but if there are multiple headings are available, first heading will be recognized. If I go with the tag name. Yes, what to do now?
Location.
Location.
Location, sir.
You
Location.
have to go for the location of the element. This what I told you yesterday, topic is not finished. X path or find element, find element. Till the last class, every day we are going to use them while writing the code. I copy the X path, location of the element. This one. This is absolute location or partial location? Absolute location.
Absolute location.
Absolute, sir.
Instead of a lengthy location, I thought, let us cut down this portion. Now this
Section
is
2.
partial location. Only to remove one section, why to go for this? Rather than searching from the HTML, I'm asking searching from the body. I removed some other portion. Now this is called partial export.
Parcel.
No guarantee this is perfectly identify this element. There may be multiple sections. This is not system generated value. System generated some value. Later I modified it. The system generated value perfectly you can identify because a software scanned and given the location to you. But I modified it. Better, before I use it in my code, I'll confirm with try XPath or CrowPath based on the browser what I'm using. This is my Chrome browser. So what we have to use? CrowPath. Where is CrowPath?
Console window.
Accessibility.
Control.
I already installed the CrowPath, correct? But we are not able to see the CrowPath here.
Console.
Next to layer, we have to.
Next to? No.
After event option.
There only we will
After
find
event
CrowPath.
option.
Listen, I made the window bigger size. All options should be visible on the top here. There is no CrowPath here. Reason, this browser I was not open. My code is opened. I executed this code. My Selenium opened the Chrome window. Correct? Selenium opened. New instance of the Chrome window. Selenium open the Chrome window, plain Chrome browser will be opened. The plugins what you have installed will not appear when the Selenium open the Chrome window. Open the Chrome window, that's it. Not the plugins. You see now, manually I am opening it. Whatever the plugins you have already installed will come now. I went to google.com, about, I click on about, inspect, this is the header section. You please observe here. We have CrowPath here now. The partial, did you understand it right? If Selenium opening a Chrome window, plain Chrome browser will be open. The plugins you have installed will not come. Manually, when you are opening, then only the software plugins you have installed the Chrome will appear. It is my partial export. I copied it. Paste here. Press enter. This one. So now this is a confirmation for me. I can use it in my code. I copied it. My code will be like this now. Driver dot, find the element by the XPath. After finding this element, get the text of the element. For the return type, please observe string.
String.
This I'm storing in some temporary variable of type string. Some message, whatever it may be, MSG. My variable name is just MSG. I'm printing it. Here we are reading the text property of some element, header element. Our mission is to organize everything, something lastly useful, something. This one. So finally, your code able to capture the text to displayed on a particular element here. Okay. So here we are reading the text property of some header element here. I'm giving the get text examples here. Now, the same procedure. Maybe I can use class property. If I feel I have to check, maybe the same class property may be available for the other element. You please observe here, no caught title. Article. What about this? No, I should not go with the class, correct? Tell me. I should not go with the class for the second
class
one,
name.
because we have the same class.
Locator.
If I use simply class name, first element will be identified. Definitely again I have to go for the location. But this one also I have to go with the location of the element. Now, the premisbank.qatech.com. Okay. I want to read the content displayed on this page. Only this paragraph. Yes, you tell me that. Which property you want me to use? That is my question here.
Locator.
Location.
Location.
I'm copying the location of this element. Oh, so lengthy location. We'll try to cut down some portion. Start locating the element from somewhere in the window. Before I use it, we'll check with the crow path. This time I'm going for the Firefox. Yes. So this is enough to identify that middle paragraph element. This I'll use in my code now. Driver dot, find the element by its X path. It's actually a paragraph element. Read the text of it into some variable. For example, content. Let me print the content. Primus Bank dates, lastly, NatWest Bank Group. It reads the complete content available till the last. Again, just another example. This time we are reading the content of the text to display on a paragraph element. Previous one, a header element. This is paragraph element. Let me give another example here. Any element, get text will not worry because first of all, the topic we are discussing is web element method. These methods you can apply on any element. Common functions. Now, I want to read and print all links present in the Facebook page. All links present in the Facebook window. Facebook.com. I want to capture all links present in the window. Tell me. Driver dot. Find the elements by. I want to capture all links present in the window.
Tag name.
By the tag name
Text.
anchor. This and tag name both are same, right? Yes, sir.
Sir.
What I use here?
Slash.
Anchor.
Partial.
Where is partial? What is the meaning of this one? XPath. Two forward slashes in the current window.
All anchors.
All anchor.
Capture all of the anchor element. It is equal to tag name A. This is equal to tag name A, right?
Absolute.
I can use either this or alternatively by the tag name A. Finally, both are same. What is the return type of find elements? A Java list of
Web element.
Web elements.
Here my Java list name is links. I want to print all of the links present in the window.
What is it?
Links dot get off 1 second. Sorry. Get off 0. Let's say there are about 40 links available. Get off 0 will access first one, very first one, dot get text. Get the text of the 0th web element present in the Java list. All web elements, anchor elements, we are keeping in the Java list. What is the Java list name here? Links. What type of data present in the list? Web element.
Web element.
Finally, it is reading the first web element present in the list. Web element text property I wanted. The text property of the next web element. 1. Just I'm running it. Only 2. There may be multiple web elements present in the list. I'm reading and printing only the first 2. Maybe there is some anchor element with no text. Maybe image or icon or whatever it may be. See, I'll do one thing here, then I'll write. Instead of 1 and 2, I wanted to print everything for each loop. The data available in the Java list is a web element. My variable name, say element.
Links.
My Java list name, links. Element. I'm reading the text property of the element and printing it.
Get text.
The very first iteration, element will have the first anchor element, next anchor element, next anchor element, next anchor element, till the last anchor element. We are printing the text property of the anchor element. Let us run this code. This is output here. Forgotten password, create account, create a page. Forgotten password, create new account, create a page. And one by one. This Hindi, Urdu, Tamil, Marathi, something like this. Korea, everything. So here I'm reading the text property of the anchor element. In the first program, we are reading the text property of a header element. In the next program, I'm reading the text property of a paragraph element. This time we are reading the text property of a anchor element like this. Down the line, we are going to create some more script where we read the text property of the option element, list element, etc. I'll show you. See here. It's one of the must ask interview question actually it is. While explaining text box related operations, I'll explain this. I'm explaining only common operations as of now. I'll type Selenium in google.com. I'll get the list of suggestions here. Here we have list of suggestions. Technically, actually, these are called Ajax components. How to handle the suggestion? I want to read and print everything. You please observe here. The every suggestion displayed here is a list element, LI element. The first LI element, next LI element, next LI element. We have to capture all of these LI elements into the Java list. We have to capture all LI elements, find elements by tag name LI into the Java list. And we have to print text property of all of these LI elements. Okay? While explaining text box related operations, I'll explain this. Even the list also will have some text, Selenium. Text property of any element you can make Selenium to capture using getText. While explaining drop-down list related operations, I'll take this kind of example. It's a select element, drop-down list element. The drop-down list element has multiple options here. They are called actually option elements. You please observe here, every option has a text property. All categories. Alexa skills. Amazon devices. Even the option element text property also we can read using getText. It may be option element, LI element, paragraph element, header element, any other element. text of the element can be captured using getText. Right. Hope you understood getText, right? Take the next one. This get attribute.
So one doubt in get
Yes.
text elements. Sir.
Yes. Yes.
So basically with get text, we can get text from, let's say, anchor element or any other elements, right? But we can get it from a link element also, where there is a link attribute present. We can still get the whole link, correct, sir? I mean, a pathway.
Let me explain. Your question is, if there is an image, how to get it, something like this, right?
No, sir. If it's a link element, if I use text, that will get me the whole link of it, correct, sir?
I'm getting it here, right? The previous program is the same, right? All links present in the Facebook application, we are storing into some Java list here, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You tell me what is the statement is doing?
Find elements. Tag name A.
A meaning?
All the links.
All links.
All
Anchor
links
element.
present in the Facebook window, we are storing into Java list. And we are printing the text property of that anchor element. Let's say 47, 46 anchor elements are available. We are storing into Java list. We are printing the text property of the anchor element. Here element will have anchor elements only.
Got it, sir. Sure.
Okay?
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
didn't have the code, hence I had to ask that in a different way.
Okay. And listen. I'll do one thing. Before I proceed further, get attribute. Let me create a sample page with 2 links. Because in Facebook application also we observe the first link, there is no text printed, empty printed. Why it is happening, let me explain. I'm creating an anchor element. I'm giving a text for my anchor element. Visit keywords. If the user click on visit keywords link, I have to redirect to some window, right? Redirected window will be configured using H reference, hyperlink reference. I'm giving this. Break. Break meaning display the link in the next line. I'm creating one more anchor element. A keywords LMS. H reference equal to lund.qtech.com. Given like this, lund.qtech.com. Just 2 sample links I have created.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
It's visible from my end. Remaining people, please confirm.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Visible, sir.
Yeah.
Visible.
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Okay. I save in my desktop, demo.html. A simple web page I was created. This is my code, demo.html. Let me show you once again. Let me open this. This is the output of my code. The 2 lines of code what I built. When I click the first link, it redirects to qtech.com because I configured H reference property. If I click the second link, it's redirecting to lund.qtech.com. I configured hrefs as lund.qtech.com. Like these, generally links are defined by the developers. Okay. This is the application URL. In place of this Facebook, I'm opening a file available in my local machine, HTML file. I just copied and pasted the URL, file URL. I just copied and pasted this. HTTP meaning, if I give HTTP here, software will understand I have to access from the cloud web. File meaning it will understand, any computer program will understand it is not available in the cloud, it is available in the local machine offline. File location. I'm capturing all of the anchor elements, storing into some Java list, printing the text of them. There are only two links present in my window. There are only two links present in the window. These two links, correct? Visit QH and QH LMS. This is what in Facebook application also it is doing. Capture all of the anchor elements, read the text and printed the text. Visit QH and QH LMS. These two links are available. Fine. Now what I will do, for appearance purpose, this is the text property of the second anchor element, correct? Whatever is selected is the text property of the anchor element, second anchor element, correct? I remove the text. In place of a plain text, I want to insert an icon, image. I'll go like this. I'm inserting a image. Previously, here I have some text. Instead of a plain text for appearance purpose, I want to insert a image. Otherwise, icon also I can insert. The icon reference I have to give. Which image you want to insert? src equal to source equal to, I specify the location where some image files are available. If it is web location, HTTP location. In my local system location, C drive, D drive, something. Just a moment. Let me check is any image available. Yes, I have some QH logo here. This one. In place of a text, I want to insert this image there. Actually, a smaller one. It may appear or not appear. Okay, let me check. This is the location of the file. PNG file it is. src equal to source equal to, I given the location of the file. I given the location of the file. We'll save it. Now this is the output of my code. Expected. It's an image but not properly visible. I do not know Photoshop. Generally, web designers will increase the things so that it will be properly visible. When in place of a plain text, I inserted an image. If I run this code, same code, see what happens. There are two anchor elements available, no doubt. But first anchor element has a text, visit keyword. Second anchor element has an image or an icon, no text. Previously, we have a text. See now, the empty will be printed. There's empty here. Because there is no text available. Nothing will be stored in the variable. In place of icons, in place of images, you cannot get the text of it. See, for example, this primusbank.kuwaittech.com. On the bottom of the window, I have sitemap. It's a plain text. It's a plain text. It's a plain text sitemap. If I use get text, this sitemap will be written. We can read the sitemap value because it is a plain text. This personal banking, you please observe here. It's an image. It's an anchor element, but instead of a plain text, the programmer inserted an image. My code will not read this text. It's an image, not a text property. Got it? If I print the text property of this anchor element, nothing will be printed because we don't have a text there. We have an image there. So in this scenario, generally in some application, you don't see any text because it may be icon or it may be an image. Okay? Right. Now let me continue this get attribute. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of attributes? Attributes. Generally, what is the meaning of attributes?
Properties, sir.
Properties are nothing but attributes. Properties, nothing but attributes. We can use property or we can also use attributes. But in the Selenium method, they have not given get property. They given as get attribute because in the QTP tool, we have the same functions. In place of get text in the QTP or UFT tool, I have get visible text. Here the method name is get text. In the QTP tool, the method name is get visible text. Get the text visible on the element, get visible text. Here the property name is get attribute. In the QTP tool, the property name is get property. Get property. Maybe if they use same kind of terms, people generally will compare QTP, Selenium, same terminology. Instead, they change the method name to get attribute. Attribute meaning property only, right? So how you see the properties of a web element while designing a script? While designing a script, how we see the properties of an element? Using?
Basket style sheet.
I know you are not consuming your energy, correct? How to see the properties of an element in a web page while writing script?
Inspect.
Using
Using
inspect.
inspect.
Using inspect. Now, I want to make Selenium to capture the property of an element during runtime. I do not want to see. I want to make Selenium to capture the property value of a element during runtime. Any property value of an element we can capture using get attribute. Let me explain this. In my page, there is some element here. This element will have different properties, different properties. Let's say there is a title property. There is a value property. There is a type property. There is some href property. Any property value of the element you can make Selenium to capture using get attribute. Any property value of the element you can make Selenium to capture using get attribute. The syntax will be like this. Web element dot I need just a space, that's it. The web element dot get attribute which property of the element you want to capture to be mentioned. The property name you have to mention this as syntax. Supposing this title property value is some x. The value property is, say, for example, some y. I want to capture the title property of this element. I'll make selenium to identify the element. Driver dot find element dot get attribute the title. It will return x. Get attribute. The property name is value. It will return that y. Any property value of any element you can make selenium to capture during runtime using get attribute. Get the title property value of this element. Get name property value of this element. Get h-reference property value of this element. Get value property of the element. Get type property value of the element. Get placeholder property value of the element. Any property of any element you can make selenium to capture during runtime using this get attribute. Got it? Take the concept. We'll see practically where we use it. You note down this, then I'll give the notes about it, don't worry. A element will have list of properties. Title one property, h-reference one property, ID one property, name one property, placeholder one property, label one property. So many different properties, different elements. Any property value of any web element you can make selenium to capture during runtime using get attribute. It may be title, it may be name, it may be ID, it may be anything else. Take the notes about it. Take the notes about this get attribute. It returns the specified property value of the element. The specified property value of the element. The specified property value of the element during runtime. It returns the specified property value of the element during runtime. You have to give the property, which property you wanted. I wanted type property value. I wanted name property value. I wanted ID property value. It returns the specified property of the element during runtime. See, I can make selenium to capture the name property during runtime. Type property value, maximum length value, tab index value, placeholder value. Anything you can capture during runtime using get attribute. Any property value I can capture. What is the property value of the type? Text. One moment. What is the property value of maximum length? 18. Tab index 2. ID TXT UID. Placeholder username. Sir, you please observe any property value is inside the double quotes. Meaning, so what is the return type of get attribute? It returns the property
String.
value from the HTML page.
String.
String. Its return type is a string. Check here. What is the return type of the function? String. You have to give the property name in a string format. Its return type also a string. Which property you wanted? Input is string. Output also a string. Property value also a string. Right. But today I stop here. Tomorrow I'll extend the discussion. Okay? Right. So we'll discuss multiple examples later to get attribute. Different scenarios where we use get attribute. Also tomorrow I'll discuss about the topic called is displayed. How to check a particular element is displayed in the window or not using is displayed. So we started learning some common operations. Click, clear, send keys, and get text we have learned. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the remaining common operation. After discussing this, then we'll go element by element. Text box related operation, drop down list related operation, link related operation. Like this, one by one we'll discuss. First, I'm teaching you the common operations. Thank you. We continue tomorrow. Thank you, online team. We connect tomorrow.